Hi everyone, it's Danielle. I'm doing a solo tutorial for the game Fort. If you know Fort at all, you know that it does not have an official solo mode, but there's this really good solo mode on BoardGameGeek.com under the files section for the Fort page, and it's designed by Adam Prentice. So it is called Robokid. So that's the variant that I am going to be showing you in this video. So I have this game pretty much almost set up. I set up myself. I have my deck of cards here, shuffled with my two best friends. But then to set up the Robokid, you'll have to draw 5 cards from the deck. So we'll draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll get that a shuffle. And then now we have the Robokid's deck all set up. So with that, I think we could probably get started with the game. So the gameplay is very similar to how you might play your own turn. So I'll just go through a few turns and hopefully you'll get a sense of how to play the Robokid solo mode. Alright, so on my turn, we'll follow the turn summary. Discard, play, recruit, discard, and draw. So I'll go ahead and look at my hand. Oop, that's not my hand. Okay, I'll shuffle this again. And then I'll draw 5 cards from my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So we have, we don't have any really good matching symbols, unfortunately. We do have this coin offered by Puddin. So I'll probably utilize that as support of some kind. So I think I'll go ahead and play Ghost. And then I'll use Puddin as my support, which provides 2 icons that matches, so it'll be 3. So I'll use my my active player action here and gain 3 of a certain resource, and I'll gain 3 pizzas, I think. So let's do that. So we'll put 3 pizzas in my stuff, and then we'll go ahead and do recruit. So I could recruit 1 card from any yard or the park. So the Robokid doesn't have anything in the yard yet, so I'll just recruit from the park. And I think in this case, I'll do a spike. So I add this to my discard pile. And then, oh my goodness, all right. We'll discard all the cards that we played, which are these. And we'll also discard any best friend cards, which we don't have any. Anything else left in my hand goes into the yard. Now I draw 5 cards from my deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so this is my active hand. Okay. So now onto the good stuff. So it is Robokid's turn, and the first thing they do would be clean up. They discard all the cards in the yard. Right now there's none, so we'll skip that step. Next, we'll fortify. So fortify, you draw 1 card from Robokid's deck. So I'll draw that. It is a smoke with a coin. And that gets added to the lookout. So we'll kind of have this peeking out with the icon, just like we would. And keep in mind, you'll ignore the limit here. So it will have unlimited lookout cards. So if there are 2 or more of the same suit in his lookout, you're going to increase the fort level. So say I had just 1 other card. Since this is a coin, it will always apply. It would have leveled up. And when you do that, you would trash all the cards in the lookout. So trash is just, removing from the game. And then you return all the resources from the Robokid's backpack into the supply. And keep in mind, they don't have a limit here. All right. Oh, should they have this? I don't think so. They didn't go yet. Okay. Sorry, I must have left that from the other game. All right. So next we'll do deploy. So deploy says you would draw in X amount of cards depending on your difficulty. I'm doing on easy mode, so I'll draw 1 card from Robokid's deck and deploy it above the board, left to right. So this will be Doodles. Now I check the suit. And basically, between the deployed cards and the lookout cards, if there are 2 or more, you have to give Robokid 1 VP. And this coin will always count. So it's going to get 1 VP. So it's got 1 point so far. All right. And then we're going to look at the leftmost deployed card, and that will always be your card that you use for the actions. In this case, it will always just be that one card I draw. So for any icon that looks like this, or to add pizza to your stuff, I would give Robokid that many. So right now, I'll just be giving one. All right. So now that I've done that, I can actually follow the public action on this card. So if I have this glue, I could do it. Actually, that's my discard pile. I gotta look at my hand. So I do have glue, which is good. I also have this coin. I think I'll use the glue. I'll use the glue right away and follow this action and gain one toy. There we go. So now that we've done that, we get to discard all of the deployed cards into the discard pile for Robokid. We've just done that. Next step is to recruit. So you draw one card from the park deck. Okay. And then you remove all cards with a matching suit from one other player's yard, which will be mine in the solo game, and from the park. So I think actually this would be here because I forgot to refill the park. So let's draw this as the Robokid's card. All right, it was the same icon. So yeah, we'll remove all cards with a matching suit from my yard. I don't have any, so that's good. But I would also remove it from the park. So I'll remove this. And it's discarded into the Robokid's discard pile. So they gain all of it along with this card. So if I were to have to discard anything from my yard, it would go in his discard pile as well. All right, so that was recruit. Eject is the next step. So I'll place up to 3 cards from Robokid's deck into his yard and put any that remain into the bottom of the park deck. So 1, 2, 3. So that's all I had in my Robokid's deck. And these will be the cards in the yard, okay? And if there happens to not be any cards to place in the yard, I had to draw a card from the park deck and place it into his yard without any other effect happening. And then at this point, you reset. So I'll shuffle Robokid's discard pile to form a new deck. And that's it. We'll refill the park, and it's my turn. Okay, so this is round 2. I have 4 cards in my hand. I have to discard my yard, so I'll go ahead and do that. All right. And then, let's see. I'll go ahead and probably play this. I'll play my fort card. Well, it's rusty. It allows me to level up my fort. So I'll go ahead and spend 2 pizzas to do that. And then I'll get to gain a made up rules card. So I have 3 of these to pick from. I'll choose Loner. Maybe I'll be able to discard all my best friends to fulfill that. So Loner says, at the end of the game, score 5 if you have no best friends. All right. So I'll recruit, and I'm going to recruit a Munch. That goes into the discard pile. Rusty goes into my discard pile. Any starred cards would go in my discard pile from my hand, and 2 remaining cards in my hand go into my yard. That's it. That's my turn. Okay. So now it's back to the Robokid. The Robokid will clean up, discarding all the cards in his yard and puts it in his discard pile. Then I'll draw 1 card from his deck. And it's a skateboard. So at this point, I would be adding it to the lookout. I find this a little bit frustrating because I always need to realign everything. Okay. And then after that, you have to check. If there are 2 or more of the same suit in his lookout, Robokid will increase its fort level. This coin will always count, so it does increase. And it's going to just randomly draw a card and keep it. This way, I wouldn't be able to get it, although at this point I wouldn't be able to choose it anyway. I already chose a made-up rule. Okay. So I'm going to trash all the cards in the lookout because I did increase the fort level. So that's trashing. So trashing means it goes, kind of out of play. And then you'll also return all the resources. So I'll go ahead and do that. All right, so now next step is deploy. So I draw one card from his deck, and it's Spike. So we're looking at the suits. We only have one skateboard. If we had more than 2 or more of them, combined with the lookout card, Robokid would gain 1 VP, like last turn. But that's not the case. So next we'll also look at, any icons for adding a toy or a pizza to your stuff. This card does not have any, so it's not going to do anything. I have the opportunity to add, to follow the public action. And let me draw my 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I always forget that step. And I do have a skateboard, so I could move some things to my stuff. And I'll go ahead and do that. I'll use Spike to do that. And I'll move 1 item to my backpack. So I'll move the toy there. Okay. So after that, we discard this into the Robokid's discard pile, and then we'll recruit. So that's drawing 1 card from the park deck and removing all cards with a matching suit. So that removes the worm, and the park does not have anything, so these 2 cards will just go into the discard pile. Then eject. So I'll place up to 3 cards from the deck. There was only 1 in the deck, so it's just doodles. And now I shuffle the Robokid's discard pile to form a new deck, and that's it. So you'd basically just continue in this fashion from turn to turn. The end game basically ends as normal. The Robokid scores in the same way as a normal player, and the Robokid can actually take the macaroni sculpture if they make it to level 5 before we do. So in a nutshell, that is how you play Robokid. I hope that was clear enough for you. I tried to take it slow and not go too fast with how to run their turn. Again, the files are on the BGG page for Fort, so check it out. It's definitely easy to follow. It's very clear, and there's examples in there as well. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial for Fort's unofficial solo mode by Adam Prentice called Robokid, and I'll see you guys around. Bye.